Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day. It is February 14th. Lisa, Lydia, Scott with you this morning. A little bit warmer today, but of course, Lydia has snow to talk about. She's been forecasting that for several days for us. I'll get to that in a minute. First, want to remind you, of course, we're live on Facebook every weekday morning right around this time. Stays on your feed throughout the day, though, so you can watch it whenever it works best for you or listen to it as a podcast at inform.com/podcast. Look for the Inform Minute.
All right, we do have breaking news to get to. We'll get to that in just a minute, but we got to talk about the weather, of course. A little bit warmer today, also with some snow.
I know, it's not like a sunshiny warmer. We got lots of sun this week.
Yeah.
It was just bitter cold with it. Now the clouds have arrived. Temperature's pretty close to zero right now, which is about 20 to 25 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. So I mean, better, but it is zero after all. It's not tropical outside. We'll boost to about 13 is what I'm going with today here in Fargo. Clouds, a little wind out of the northeast at 10 to 20, and then snow moves in. I'd say it develops through southeastern North Dakota mid-morning into the middle of the day, toward Fargo, I'd say right around lunchtime into the early afternoon, and then wraps up pretty quickly from the west to the east, moving into Lakes Country up toward Highway 2 even on the Minnesota side. Grand Forks could get a little light snow out of it, but I wouldn't expect much more than a dusting for you. Fargo, 1, maybe 2 inches, light, fluffy snow. It will, of course, reduce visibility as the snow is falling. It will leave behind some snowy spots and some slippery spots on your roads, but it's not a big snowstorm. Your Valentine's Day plans can still go on as planned. This, again, wraps up, I'd say by supper time, the snow is gone, so great for dinner dates tonight. It leaves us cold, though, so we're right back into the deep freeze for the weekend into next week. I've got the wind out of the north tomorrow too, 15 to 25, gusting near 30. And so some of that little bit of minor blowing and drifting snow is going to be a possibility too in your more open or rural areas. Otherwise, it's all about the cold from here on out. This was our tease of a break of a day. This is your tease of just a little flirting getting above zero, and then we're gonna crash our temperatures again. So 13 today, -2 tomorrow, -4 on Sunday. We're in the 20s below again for your morning lows on Monday and Tuesday. Ouch.
Yeah.
You're gonna be out of town. You get to miss out on this little, you lucky duck. I just thought of that right now. I'm thinking, so Monday's President's Day, so a lot of kids don't have school. So that's good for that cold morning, but still another really cold morning on Tuesday. So all the precautions, likely indoor recess again come Tuesday, before a little warm up.
Okay.
I do have a pattern shift. As we get to about Thursday, Friday, temperatures are back into the teens next week, 20s on Saturday. Hold on to your horses. 30s on Sunday. I know. What? Can you not even imagine temperatures like that anymore? So we do have a little bit of a pattern shift with the jet stream, which will allow us to warm up toward the end of the 10-day forecast. So hold on, bear down, get through this next cold snap, and then it will get better. Something to look forward to. And not big snows on the forecast either. We've got this little snow for today, and that's the only snow chance on the 10-day. So pretty quiet, too.
All right. Sounds great.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Lydia. Okay, well, we're tracking breaking news for you this morning. WDAY has confirmed one person is in the hospital after being stabbed in Fargo. The call came into police around 6:35 this morning to the Bison Inn and Suites Hotel. That's just off of I-29 and north of 13th Avenue South. Our crew on scene did see an ambulance taking someone away from the scene. We reached out to Fargo police. They tell us one person does have serious but non-life-threatening stab wounds. We are still working to find out if there are any suspects or if any arrests have been made.
Happening today, a committee will start figuring out how to use the tax money for a new convention center in Fargo. Tonight, they're going to create a request for proposal for that project, which will tell them roughly how much it's going to end up costing. It'll be funded by increasing the city's lodging tax from 3% to 6%. Over the next few months, they'll decide things like how big this facility will be, if an attached hotel should be added, and who will actually own the center and pay for its upkeep.
This is a talker for sure, an interesting story. A man pretending to be an ICE agent was able to get an inmate out of the Williams County Jail. Mauricio Mejia was told by jail staff that he was ICE and coming to pick up this person. Well, the sheriff says Mejia called Shane Randall to come and get him. The sheriff says Randall told jail staff that he was an ICE agent and they never asked for credentials. The sheriff says it's not uncommon for ICE agents to come in plain clothes. They found Mejia an hour later at his home in Williston. But if convicted of impersonating a law enforcement officer, Randall's facing up to a year in jail.
All right, the 10 Commandments will not be displayed in North Dakota schools. Lawmakers in the State House voted to kill that bill that would have required the 10 Commandments to be put up in all public schools and higher education classrooms.
An exciting update for you this morning. Giving Hearts Day has beaten its record by more than $2 million.
Yeah, exciting.
So big day. Over 40,000 people donated a record $31.4 million.
Wow.
That pushes the total raised to over $200 million since Giving Hearts Day started way back in 2008.
Always impressive and
Yes.
a record year. We now know the headliner for the final night of this year's North Dakota State Fair. Country music superstar Luke Bryan will take the stage on July 26th. He joins a list of country acts that are pretty good, including Jelly Roll, another huge name, of course. The North Dakota State Fair runs from July 18th through the 26th.
Coming up on Hot Mic this morning, 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra. It was a late night at the Shack, but the wait was worth it. And DSU picked up a big win. Don will have a recap of that men's basketball win over Oral Roberts. Plus, UND needs to start winning games. They open a huge series tonight in Denver. A preview of that matchup is coming up as well. Hot Mic is live from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and Inform.com.
And don't forget, for just 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, get an all-access pass to Inform.com. Just go to our website, Inform.com/subscribe to get that deal.
Join us for our next newscast coming up this morning at 11, and then we have you covered on this Valentine's Day afternoon at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy Valentine's Day, and we'll be back on Monday morning, 5 to 7 with First News, so join us then.
Have a great day.